Okay, guys, I've actually found what I was looking for, Nanny Tyler's grave here at Greenwood Cemetery in Clarksville. I had to call the office to find out what section she is buried in because I can't find it anywhere on the internet. I mean, I've seen a bunch of videos on this, but none of them mention the section. So, just so you know, when you come into the cemetery, if you go straight ahead, you'll see this huge monument. Nanny is buried right next, basically across from this monument, right here in section 6. And as soon as you see section 6, you can see her monument right there. So that's Nanny's monument. And the story behind Nanny's monument is that it was stolen at one time. It was back in the 90s. There's all kinds of stories on there you can go watch, but I just wanted to come and see it because how can someone do something like that? I guess Nanny's father was a prominent judge in Clarksville, and the fellow next door to their house was actually worked for President Polk. Was a secretary to him or something. I don't know. You have to read the story somewhere else because I'm not real familiar with it. But I just want to visit these special graves like this. Can you believe? So when this was stolen, I guess it made national news, and once it made the national news, the statue was chiseled off at the base very neatly, and it was sold and then resold again, and it finally ended up in an antique dealer's hands. And when the antique dealer saw the news story, he just felt awful, and he was hundreds of miles away. But what he did was he put this statue in his car and drove it right back to Clarksville. He called the Clarksville police, and so they were able to remount this, but her hand was broken in the meantime, and I guess there was some kind of flowers in her hand that wasn't able to be repaired. So that's missing, but people come here all the time to visit, and they leave coins and little statues and things like that for Nanny. She was only 4 years old when she died of diphtheria. It's a horrible disease, but I guess this must have been her stone, but it's all cracked up. But she's probably buried below that stone right there. But I had to come and see this in person. Um, says Annie right there. And this stone is gorgeous. It really is. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous stone. Oh, and look, I think there was another baby Tyler that was born that also died, and the baby looks like it's buried right next to Annie here. I don't know when the baby died, but I'll show you. Here's the baby stone. Tyler baby, buried right next to Annie. So, anyway, this is Greenwood Cemetery. You guys, this is a beautiful cemetery. It's the best cemetery around here. I can't find another one like it. And it's really disappointing to me that there's not more because I love to visit cemeteries with these huge stones like this. And you can't find them out here. This is the only one close by to me. So I'm probably going to be here a lot. And I'm sure there's a ton of other stories in this area. In this cemetery, there's absolutely 100 million stories. But today I just wanted to see Annie Tyler, and if I come across any others, I'll let you know. But it's hilly. The cemetery is very hilly. It goes way back. It's huge. This is where Frank Sutton is also buried, the sergeant on Gomer Pyle USMC. He's buried way in the back. But yeah, there's Annie Tyler. Just look for section 6 at Greenwood Cemetery in Clarksville to find her. And she's right here by the sign. So as you can see what's around her. That big old monument. And this one too. The big old eagle up there. Looks like eagle wings or something. But yeah, she's right here. So not that hard to find, but you have to know where she is because the cemetery is so big. So I'm glad I called the office. I found it right away once I talked to someone there. So rest in peace, little Annie. I'm glad they got your stone back.